How we doing, everybody? It is another beautiful day here in the Cheesy Moon Workshop. We're going to come out here and see if we can put together a little video. Just got back from vacation. You're going to have to deal with the wind blowing and the wind chimes blowing and traffic and airplanes and hawks and everything else flying around here. But we want to try to get this video done. So hang in here and we'll get going. Well, how we doing, everybody? Again, please excuse the wind and the sound of the wind chimes, but it's too nice of a day to be inside. As I said earlier, we just came back from a little mini vacation. My wife and I celebrated some time away from home for our 36th anniversary, which is actually tomorrow. But my daughter and future son-in-law hooked us up with a room at the resort in Kissimmee, Florida, down near Disney World. And so we spent a couple days down there relaxing, and my wife and I went out doing some yard sale, thrift store, antique shops, and that's our time, and we thoroughly had a good time out there. I came home. I had received a swag pack. I know a lot of dead air. Swag pack from Big J's Knives of several knife guys. Big shout out to Big J here. Terry's Man Stuff, Brian's Knives, Singing Toad, Radio Geek Blades, Baxter Blades, HTC's EDC. I hope the wind doesn't blow these away. And Bark River Knives. And I love this. This is great because these guys truly are a brotherhood. I can't thank you guys enough for welcoming me in, helping my channel grow, and supporting me along the way with positive comments and shout outs and such. So a big thanks to Big J for that. And I want to go through my findings for the weekend. I found this little buck sheath. It's for a buck 112. Don't have a 112 to put in it yet, but eventually I'll find one and we'll get it suited up. I also picked up this knife sheath. This would probably fit a 110 or comparable knife. It says Edge Mark knife sheath. Don't know much about that, but I got both of these for $5, so that was a good deal in my opinion. The other knife I picked up this little camper knife, and it's got the shrinky dink handles on it that are shrunken, and it's the hollow clamshell shields on them. And I think I'm going to go on a deep dive on this one, and it's missing the bail, and these are shrunken and rattling loose. I could tighten them up and try to clean them up, but it was a $4 knife, and I don't think it's really worth much more than that, maybe $10. The blade, someone tried to sharpen it and messed up pretty good, but I don't know if we could focus on this. But this is made by the Ideal Knife Company. I haven't researched it yet. I'll try to do a little research and tag that in at the end of this video. But one of the things I like about this knife, we'll close the sharp part, has the typical bottle opener, can opener, very stiff. Pretty typical screwdriver, bottle opener, can opener, main blade. But unlike most campers that have a punch, this has a second blade. And that's the only camper, and I have, I think, 8 or 10 campers. This is the only camper I have that has a second blade in lieu of the punch. But it's pretty bad shape down inside there. There's lots of surface rust on there. But I think I'm going to go for the deep restoration on this one and completely redo it. Put in some wood scales, bolsterless. Just do a nice little refurbishing of that knife. And I picked up a couple American-made little can openers. They were a couple, $4. Yeah, it's nothing special there. And that was about it. Now I'm going to include in this video the video of the antique store I went to, where I found this. This is a Winger Swiss-made fillet knife. Little smudge on it. I don't think it's ever been used. It has the Winger stamp on it. It's not an old knife because, you know, with laser engraving, that's, you know, it's not an antique or anything. Razor sharp, never been used. I think the sheath, I don't think the sheath has ever been oiled. It's got some water spots on it. I think I'll oil this down and hopefully some of those will fade out and wear away. So I was super happy to find this. I'd never seen a Winger or Swiss Army knife, fillet knife. It is a, I think they call it a Swibo, S-W-I-B-O. I don't know if you guys can make that out on here. If not, I'll try to include a couple stills at the end of the video here. But very sweet knife. And I usually don't, I paid almost full price for this. I think it goes online for $35 to $40. I paid $34 for it. For two reasons. One, I do fish and I do use a fillet knife. And two, it's a Winger and I never seen one, so I wanted it. And I usually do not pay that much. I can't afford to pay that much, but my wife looked at it and she said, well, call that your anniversary gift this year. So that's what I did. The antique store I went to was phenomenal. They had a lot of knives, guys. But my budget, you know, I can't go in there, even if the knives are worth the $15 to $45 that a lot of them were priced at. I just can't afford to go buy those, so I just like to go look. They had a lot of large knives, military knives, big Bowie knives. Some of those were a couple $100. They may very well have been worth that. One vendor had, I don't know, 5 or 6 of the J. Martini's fishing knives in the sheaths. They had several. They had one this size, the smaller one, then they had one like a little 6-inch knife, but he wanted $30 for the smallest one, and you know, that was just, I think they were overpriced for one, and that's just you know, more than I can afford to spend on them anyway. So that was the knives that I found, and I'm gonna include, hey, let me see if I can put the card up here. I have it in my pocket. I believe the place was called Southern Comfort, not the liquor, but the antique store. Yes. And I'm hoping I'm in frame here. I really can't tell from this vantage point, but I'll include a still of this. It's Southern Comfort Antiques. It's on Highway 27 in Dundee, Florida. If you're ever in the area, I really would appreciate you swinging by and checking these folks out. They're super nice guys, and you know, it's like a little antique mall. They have vendors that bring stuff in, so you know, they can't really haggle on the prices, but you know, all in all, you might find something you like there. So go down and check out Southern Comfort Antiques if you get a chance. One other thing I picked up and I've been looking for it. I know I can go online and buy stuff on Amazon or eBay, but I've been looking for some leather cordage to make lanyards for some of my knives that could use one, and I couldn't find anybody, so I went to a place called Oldtown in Kissimmee, and a bunch of little shops made to look like old historic buildings, and there's a place where they sell leather belts and vests and hats and all this other stuff, and I asked him if he sold any cordage, and he said no, not really. And he said, what are you looking for? He walks over where he had a bunch of belts hanging, and there was a pile of this stuff hanging there. He said, you looking for something like this? And I said, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I said, do you sell that stuff? And he pulled off this wad here, and there's a natural, there's some black, there's some brown pieces in here. And he pulled this off, and he said, how about $2? And I thought it was a fantastic price for him. He did not have a business card, but and he is a leather worker inside the business, so plugging that business wouldn't really be fair to him. But I told him to look for the video, so he'll know who he is. But that was the other thing I picked up that I've been looking for a while. Again, I know I can buy this stuff online, but I prefer the search. Excuse the big jet flying over top of me. But there you have it, guys. It's good to be back. I thank Big J for the shout out he gave during their live last night. That was fantastic. And we're growing. We're getting there. Working on some new content. I'm going to work on actually a tabletop studio that I could put just about anywhere, and it'll already be set up and running, and being able to show off some of the knives from my collection and show off the stickers that have been sent to me, and try to ramp up my video editing stuff here, guys. So bear with me. We're learning, we're growing, and hopefully we'll get some better and more entertaining content out for you. So until I see you guys again, as always, have a beautiful day. Hey guys, I want to share this with you. I'm in a little antique shop called Southern Comfort Antiques in Dundee, Florida. So right here on US 27, I believe it is. And I've been striking out all day, and I came in here looking for some knives. And they got a few. There's a few over here, a few over here, and a few big old honking knives over here. And they got some big old knives down there. There's a couple knives over here. And they got this whole pile over here. And all these, and all these. And I'm not going to sit and videotape going through these, but trust me, brother, I'm going to go through these and see what I can find. Hey guys, I'll jump back on here. Here's something else I picked up at one of the thrift stores down there. This is some Toolbox Liner. It's a pretty good size roll, as you can see here. It was $10, and I did have it underneath my mat that was sent to me by the knife doctor, but it's nice and big. I don't know how many feet are on here. I didn't really look and see. Maybe we could spot it on here somewhere. But I use this kind of stuff a lot. One of my other things that I do, I use old toolboxes from DeWalt or Milwaukee or whatever, and I get them out of all the little dividers that are in there, and I put in like the egg crate foam, and that I can use for multi-purpose. And I am going to have a video soon doing one of those boxes, either for or with my grandson, if I can drag him over here. But I just want to share this stuff with you. It makes a great work mat when you don't want to get your nice decorative mat covered in oil and grease or whatever, you can throw this down. It's non-slip. It's fantastic for working on small items. Thanks, guys. Just wanted to add that into the video. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and until I see you again, have a beautiful day.